Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me in the celebration of life and in the fight against pediatric cancer this evening. My name is Beth Carey, and this is my mom and dad, Cheryl and Mike, standing beside me. Thank you. My younger brother, Chad, was not able to join us this evening. When I was a kid, I enjoyed spending time with my friends and singing to the Spice Girls. In second grade, we even created our own Spice Girls music group where we practiced at recess and performed for our class. I was Baby Spice. I found my love for dance and basketball as a kid, and my passion to help others was only just beginning. Childhood should be a time of discovery, a time of innocence, and a time for fun. I did not even know that kids got cancer when I was a kid. Fast forward to 2005, I was a freshman in high school playing basketball, setting out to be one of the best, when a golf ball-sized tumor was discovered in my left elbow, cancer. I was forced to sit on the sidelines and postpone the things I loved. I was shocked, confused, and overwhelmed all at the same time. There was no family history of cancer, and I had been a healthy and active child all of my young life. We were now faced with the decision of where to go for the best treatment. We are from a small town outside of the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area where no pediatric facility existed. With my mom being in the medical field, she made the decision to have my treatments at Hershey Medical Center, about a 2-hour drive from where we lived. It was there that we were introduced to the Four Diamonds Fund, and to our disbelief, we would never pay a dime for the treatments and outpatient visits that I would undergo. My parents My parents could focus on me and not how they would pay for everything. I went through several rounds of chemo that year, and with countless numbers of drives for checkups, hospitalizations, and scans over the next 10 years. I was old enough to remember every scary little detail. I made myself tough mentally, but until you experience the pain that is cancer, you can only begin to graze the surface to explain what you are going through to others. Even a movie theater and my high school became dangerous places with too many germs. As a teenage girl, I was not thinking about how this could kill me. My biggest worry became losing my hair and matching wigs. Even with all of the recommendations to shave my head, I chose not to do that. I wanted my hair as long as I could. My life became going back and forth from my home to the hospital, yet I was, and still am, one of the lucky ones. Today, I can proudly say I am almost 14 years cancer-free. Thank you. Standing before you today, I am not just a cancer survivor. I am also a proud Penn State alumni, a Thon alumni. Thank you. A Thon alumni, and a pediatric nurse. I tell you all of these things because Four Diamonds not only supports those currently fighting pediatric cancer, but also supports those in remission and into lifelong survivorship. About 2/3 of childhood cancer survivors have at least one late side effect of treatment, and 1/3 have a severe or life-threatening side effect. The fight against pediatric cancer is a lifelong journey. As more and more children and teens are surviving cancer, there is an increased need to understand and study the lifelong effects of childhood cancer. Ongoing research has shown the importance of survivorship, and around this time, Hershey Medical Center started a survivorship clinic where those who are cancer-free for 5 years or more are transitioned to this clinic and are given a roadmap of how to approach their medical follow-ups for the future. For example, survivors may have temporary or more long-term cognitive deficits. I myself had a short-term cognitive effect, which is now known as chemo brain. After treatment, I realized I struggled to remember even simple things, and I had trouble doing basic math. It was like my brain was foggy, and I felt like something was wrong with me. According to the NIH, 45% of survivors self-reported temporary cognitive and memory loss associated with chemotherapy. The Survivorship Clinic has a psychologist who specializes in care of these survivors. This packet of information or roadmap gives survivors control and allows them to transition to their primary care provider. The Survivorship Clinic links providers to help treat those affected with the late effects of treatment, such as fertility issues, cardiac issues, and risks of future cancers. The money raised from this event benefits the Four Diamonds Fund and not only supports those currently fighting cancer, but also research and the many needs of survivors and future survivors of pediatric cancer. A cancer journey does not end the day that a child or teen finishes treatment. It is an ongoing physical and emotional scar that guides our life each and every day. With your help, more survivors will be able to become our future leaders and live healthier and happier than ever before. I once heard this quote by Stuart Scott, and it has never been more true. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live. Thank you.